Hey everyone, great to see you out there. It is, oh good, we have people. I need to tell you, we had some technical difficulties and we are on. Sarah is here. She's actually in the lobby. So just wanted to start off the show and oh my goodness, I'm going to have a challenge keeping up with the comments. So please be patient with me because I'm here by myself doing this. So if I don't get to your comment, I will definitely reply to it after the show. And hey, Joyce, good to see you out there. And today we are going to be talking about helping empaths with success, empowering themselves, and a lot of other important topics. And I'm Cheryl Piper. This is Live with CherylPiper.com. And today I'm switching my interview days around, and normally it is Wednesday I do interviews, but my guest wasn't able to be on this Wednesday, so we moved everything around to Monday. So I'm glad that you guys are all here, and I am going to go ahead and introduce Sarah Martucci, and she is an amazing, amazing healer and empath, psychic, crystal healer. And I'm just going to bring her up and we'll all say hi to her and we'll just chat and we'll answer your questions. So please just put them in the comment box. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, guys. How are you today?
Oh, doing great, doing great. And Sarah is joining us all the way from Oregon. So it's still morning there, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's still morning here.
And just really quickly, I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping here before we get into talking with Sarah. So anybody that you think would be really interested in what's going on today, please share this information out to them so they can pop on and chat with us. And it's really important for me to be able to see your comments, that you're actually, because I pushed this out in a lot of different areas, and Sarah, I'm sure you did too. Yeah. So for me to be able to see your comments, please go to my business Facebook page, which is Cheryl Piper, and you can get there at Cheryl Piper Sends Love. And then we'll be able to see your comments and say hi to you and put your things up on the screen. Awesome. So again, today, my guest is Sarah Martucci, and welcome, Sarah.
Hi.
I'm so excited, and so many people are excited to have you on the show. We've got Susie out there who says Sarah is great. Yay!
Thank you, guys. I think you guys are amazing too. Thank you. Yeah.
And we love your comments, so please put your comments, as I said, in the comment box, and I will try to keep up here. So Sarah, can you, for those people in our audience who don't know who you are, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of, your history, your education, and kind of what led you to doing what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So I'm a psychic medium. I'm a tarot card reader. I make jewelry, and I'm a crystal healer. I do like a little bit of everything. I have a crazy brain, so I need to, be involved in like 15 different things. I just love the metaphysical field. It's like endlessly fascinating to me. Ever since I was a little kid, I remember seeing spirit when I was about like 5 years old. And I kind of ran away from it for a long time. Little things would kind of like come out of me and I would say stuff to people randomly, which would always scare them. I grew up in a very religious household, which was good in terms of like me learning, deities and angels and really kind of protection stuff. But it wasn't conducive to me like being my complete self. So when I was, I think like in my 20s, my neck gave out on me. I had to go get surgery. I was kind of like in a hard neck brace for about 3 months. And I had some time to think. I wasn't happy with my job. I really wasn't happy with my life and what I was doing, maybe really not doing, honestly. So I had to come to terms with myself and really face myself. And at that moment, I was like, okay, something's happening here and I need to figure this out. So yeah, that's when I started doing readings for people. And I don't know, it's just been amazing since then. And I started the free weekly reading at that point. This was back in 2013. It's only been 5 years. To me, it feels like it's been forever, but that's because I've been doing this work longer than just the last 5 years, you know? So it's been a hell of a trip. It's been amazing. I wouldn't give it up for anything. And I can't wait to see what else develops in my life. So yeah, it's been amazing, you know?
Well, you have so many gifts, and
Thank you, Cheryl.
and it's just so wonderful. Having a little bit of feedback. Do you hear a little bit of an echo there? No,
I don't, but
it was just for a second.
Hello, Mercury retrograde.
You know, I know, isn't it something? I've had, and Sarah was having challenges with the computer, and I was having challenges all morning too. Well, you saw my emails. I mean, for some reason, my computer today just decided to change time zones. I mean, what is up?
Okay.
I'm looking at the invitation for this show beginning, and it's saying it's beginning at 2:00, and I'm like, what happened? And I couldn't figure out. I thought I had done the invitation wrong, and I'm looking at all of it, and then the next thing I did was I looked down at the time on my computer, and it was an hour difference, and I was like, what is going on there?
Welcome to Mercury retrograde.
I know, you can't make that stuff up. It just
no, you know, seriously.
Well, we'll get through it. We will, and we're just gonna have fun here. And that's what this is. That's what's so fun about live. Coming on live is, you know, we just talk and we have a good time. And there's people out there coming in and talking with us. And I've been putting comments up on the screen. I don't know if you were able to see that or not, Sarah. That probably was showing right there at the bottom. So, you know, Joyce is here, and we have Karina. And Karina says she loves you. And
I love you guys so much.
and Melinda said, hey, Sarah. So, yeah, we've got a lot of people out there that are just really having a good time today. So put your questions in, and we will get to those. So, Sarah, I guess, you know, I met you from Joyce, from our mutual friend Joyce, when you were still living back east. Yeah. And, you know, just had an amazing time with you. And, you know, then when I decided I'm going to start doing Facebook Lives, and one time a week I'm going to interview people, I was like, I have to interview Sarah. She's
Thank you, Cheryl.
So much fun. And so what are you doing now that you've moved out to Oregon, and what's happening there for you?
Actually, I'm getting a lot more into like the paranormal community. I have a big thing for ghosts. And like ghost hunting, and I really want to understand what's happening there. I've had a lot of experiences since I was a small child, so just trying to make sense of it. I think the whole point of being a medium is proving that life continues after death. So this is just another avenue for me to kind of do that. And since I see the range of energy, why not go in there and lend my help if needed? So, you know, it hones my skills. And is kind of allowing me to work with, I guess, dead people on all levels, which I love. Because, again, I need that variety. I can't just keep doing one thing over and over again. I need some variety in here to keep things spicy for me in my life. I like variety. So, yeah, it's just one of my passions. I'm trying to get into that group and do some more investigations out here. The dead out here are very, very vastly different from the dead on the East Coast. So
really? Tell us about that. Tell us a little bit more about that. What do you mean?
I want to say this is just my personal feelings, my personal encounters. But on the East Coast, the energy there is a little bit older, a little bit more ingrained. And I also want to say a little bit angrier. Out here, you do have some upset spirit. You know, obviously that's going to come with the mix. But there's almost a lightness to the West Coast. Or it feels as though there's more like earth energy out here. There's like a more earth connectedness out here. So it's very, very different. I love both coasts. I love to investigate both. But yeah, it's wildly different to me. It just feels more earth connected over here, where over there it's more people connected.
And I agree with you. And, you know, I don't know if you remember or not, but I lived in Salt Lake City for 15 years. Yes. And it's not quite as far west as you are, but definitely a different energy. And I would say that is exactly what I felt. It was just more that earth energy. Yeah. And things are lighter. You're correct. I mean, and sometimes I feel like the desert keeps calling me, you know, like.
And that's interesting, because I almost want to say that I feel like Oregon, like the land itself, called me out there. Maybe that sounds crazy. But I mean, I have a huge connection with trees, and I don't know, just like the trees out here speak to me. I love the landscape. I love all the fern and the moss, and the redwoods. Like it just kind of speaks to my soul. So yeah, Oregon's been amazing. But yeah, just trying to get into like the spiritual community out here. It's a little bit, it's been a little bit difficult, but I'm also shockingly shy. So it just takes me a while to kind of, get in the groove and kind of really see where I fit in with the space. But guys, I wouldn't give it up for anything. West Coast rocks. And the donut scene out here is amazing.
So well, that's good to know. Yep. So Sarah, maybe you may think of getting into doing some Facebook Lives. That might be something that.
Oh yeah. I have a tendency whenever I do the lives, like I get so nervous I can't even think or speak. I don't know what it is. I'm so shy. So the lives usually freak me out. I'm doing really good today. I'm record myself and then post something up. That's just my preferred way of doing it. I guess so I don't like feel the pressure. But yeah, you got to feel the pressure sometimes. And I think rising to the challenge is one of my gifts too. So maybe I should do some more Facebook Lives. Thank you, Cheryl.
Yeah, I would love to see you. I'd love to see you doing that because the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it. And what I love about it is it's really just, you're just chatting with people and you're just having a conversation and people know it's live, so they don't expect it to be perfect.
Which I appreciate because that's probably never going to happen. But that's okay. That's totally right.
And just remember too, like everybody that's here, I'm putting Cassandra was here, and it's like Vernie. I just put their comments
Renee.
up.
Hi, Renee.
Yeah, everybody here loves you, so there's so much love going on. And
I love my people too. It's amazing. I never thought, to be honest with you, whenever I started this, I never thought that the tribe that I found it's amazing. No matter where I go, I always have a home with my people. So it's just, I don't know. I'm beyond blessed. I'm just super thankful for my people. They're amazing.
Yeah. I agree with you. And it's just amazing how much more we just keep connecting with people. There's just I find the more that I've opened my energy up and myself up, that people just keep coming into my life. They just keep coming and coming, and things keep happening faster and faster, which I understand that things will only happen at the speed we can handle change. And change has always been my middle name. So
nice. Me too. I'm just super resistant to it. I don't know why. I like digging in my heels. I like when things get into a certain groove and then it's comfortable for me and I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm a creature of habit, I guess, even though I need variety. So welcome to the Thunderdome. Good luck understanding me.
So we have a comment from Susie here. She says, that would be awesome to have you do Facebook Live. She would love that. So
okay. I hear you guys. Definitely. I'll be doing some more Facebook Lives. I promise I'll get over my fear. I promise, guys.
And I will help you, Sarah. Seriously. I can help you out. We can go in a practice group and we can just practice and do some stuff, and then it'll just flow. So awesome. I'm always here to help.
Cheryl. Yeah. Hey, Renee. Thank you, my friend.
So you were talking a little bit, I know this is maybe a little off topic of what we were going to talk about, but this sparked something in me. You were talking about working with, people that have passed on, as more so as you moved west. And I just got an email from someone the other day who was visiting Colorado. Actually, they were in Phoenix, and then they went up to Boulder, and they were talking to me about this new cafe that's called Death Cafe. Have you heard of this?
No, but this sounds awesome. Please tell me more.
It's something that's happening worldwide. So that's happening in larger cities, and basically it's a get together where you have cake and tea and conversation about death. And creating more of a comfort space for people about, moving to the next phase of our existence so that they can really live in this phase much easier and with a much lighter heart. And so that's, it's called, seriously, Google it. It's called deathcafe.com.
Okay, awesome. I will.
I bet there's probably one that's out there that maybe,
Oh,
yeah.
And there has to be in Portland. I mean, that's weird enough to definitely classify for this area, like different enough. So yeah, like that would be amazing. And that way I could kind of go in and like also hear other people's thoughts on what death is too. I think a huge part of death, like there's a lot of people out there that have a certain idea. There's an absolute thing going on. And I don't think that's fair. And I don't think that's right. I think just like everything in life, there's a spectrum. So going and hearing other people's feelings on it too and their take on it, like, all of it's important. So I think stuff like that is beautiful. Maybe takes away the magic and the mystery, at least about like that whole process. And hopefully too, bringing more awareness to, because if you think about it, we have all this help being born, but dying, we really don't that much. So maybe bringing more awareness to that and giving us some proper backup to die. Like, and it's okay. Being okay with death. You know, I think that's a beautiful process. It's important for everybody to face or to go through because we have to. It's inevitable.
Absolutely. So, we're not getting out of here alive. I know that. We're not getting out of here alive. That's just...
Nope, that's the deal. So
I've always been drawn to that as well. I mean, and helping in that space of just that comfort in helping people to move into that next space. And that's why this person, Doug, he sent it to me because he knew he'd like, oh my goodness, Cheryl's going to love this Death Cafe. And,
right. And I love it though. I think it's cool.
Yeah. So check that out. And you guys out there, check it out. And it's really, from what I've read about it, it's designed to make people more comfortable with moving to that next space. And so I just wanted to bring that up, see if you'd ever heard of it. So.
No, but thank you for that because I'm definitely going to check it out. Like, I'm going to hop into one as soon as possible. Yeah, thank you for that, Cheryl.
Okay, well, so how about maybe some tips or tricks that you wish someone would have shared with you about crystal healing whenever you first started out? Do you have something that you could share?
Yes, this is very important to me. And I feel like some places say it and some places don't. I got my certification from Hibiscus Moon. If you guys are into crystal healing and you want to go that route, you want to get certification, highly, highly, highly recommend her. And she does kind of say a little bit about this in her work or her teachings. But really, I don't think we hear enough about it, about trusting yourself. At the end of the day, it does not matter what crystal prescription I give to you. If you do not resonate with those stones, if they don't do anything for you, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? So it really, at the end of the day, it has to go back to you. You have to trust yourself. I think for me, when I first started doing the crystal healing and really studying it, I wanted to follow a teacher. I thought that's the way that you do it, right? That's what we're taught in our society. Like, you got to look up to a teacher, listen to everything that they say, and then copy and kind of make it your own. But I was relying too much on what other people thought about these stones and not referencing, returning to myself and seeing what I felt and what I thought. So that's been an important part of me kind of passing on that information if anybody wants to know about stones, or I make sure that I say that to them too, that like, even if I recommend these, if you don't feel anything from them, or if you're feeling like, because there should be some kind of a, whether it's a mental or an emotional or a physical reaction to the stones, it's got to resonate with you in some way. So yeah, I wish somebody had maybe made that more bright, or maybe like drilled that into my head or something. Trust yourself, because these stones are listening to you. You're the one working with them. You've got to develop that relationship. And if something isn't there, I mean, that's like working with a piece of paper. What are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do? So absolutely. Yeah. I think that would be my biggest thing I'd pass on.
And that's a very good point, Sarah. I know, throughout my training and my learning process and all of this, I remember years ago when I worked where I lived in Salt Lake City, I had gone to the Crystal and Gem show, and I was wearing, I don't remember what stone I was wearing. It was probably black tourmaline. I used to wear that all the time. It's one of my favorite stones.
Oh, yes.
And I had this woman walk up to me and she said, you can cleanse that stone yourself. And I really didn't know what she was talking about. This was kind of like at my beginning of this whole process.
Yeah.
And so, of course, my ego takes that information and I think, oh, I'm special. I must be special. She thinks I can do this myself. And I was like, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then, of course, as we grow through and we progress, we understand that anybody can, it's the intention, holding that stone in your
Yes.
hand, cleansing with setting that intention into the crystal to cleanse it of any energy. And
I feel like you brought up something really important. Like, I feel even with the mediumship and psychic stuff, I don't think that it's only reserved for certain people. And I'm going to go against the grain. There's a lot of mediums that think you have to be born this, and there are mediums that are born that way. And I was one of them, but I see it like this: like, everybody could build a house, but some people were born with the ability to see the house before it was born. That's it. So if you want to be a psychic, if you want to be a medium, start training. You can do it. Everyone has this capability. I was just born with the door a little extra open. That's it. That's it. I'm not special. I'm not more than you. That doesn't mean that I can do anything extra, what magic. Like, everybody's got these abilities. Do you really want to pursue this? So I'm huge into that, and reminding people about their personal power. Like, you don't have to. I think it's good to turn to a teacher to look for some tips and tricks, help me kind of maneuver through this, especially if I'm stuck somewhere and I need help. But really, overall, my friends, like, you guys are the ones in power. Like, bring it back home. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents.
Oh, it's very good. And that is it. And that's what I share with people as well when I talk. Everybody has this ability to open that door, like you're talking about. And we all came here with gifts, and tapping into those gifts and sharing that with the world.
Yes.
Because so many times we go through our daily routine and all of a sudden we're kind of pulled down into this, do I want to say, physical space, and not really remembering who we are and what we have. I mean, we all have a job to do.
Yes.
Get on with about our work, and that's what I say. And then when I kind of stepped off the edge a couple of years ago and said, you know what, I'm just going to trust God and say, absolutely, I am ready to share what you want me to share with the world. And I just trust, and it's so powerful.
It's incredibly powerful. And you have no idea sometimes when you're doing this stuff and you're saying yes, you're answering that call, right? So whenever you stand in that power, that also reminds others to do that with their own life too. I think one of the most beautiful things that my father ever passed down to me was the saying, there is no personal sin. So I always kind of took that, like, it was, with a very religious view on it, but I kind of took that and reworked it into my life, that, like, no matter what we do here, it affects people. Like, in what way, in what kind of story do you want to tell? And those that have crossed over show me that we go into this life review. You get to both watch the movie of your life and stand in for the other person. So not only is it important the way that we treat other people, but what kind of story are you trying to tell? Do you really want to be that kid that's the wallflower that's stuck in the corner when that's not your personality and everything inside is screaming at you to, like, jump out and do the thing? Or do you just want to jump out and do the thing and trust that universe has got you? And I think a lot of times we're terrified of being ourselves and being out there. We're afraid we're going to lose people. And that was a huge thing for me too. And did I lose people saying what I am, declaring it? Absolutely. I lost family. Like, that sucked. But I think for me, it was a huge thing in trusting again. And whenever that space was cleared up, it allowed my tribe to come to me. So there's a lot of trust. If you want to work with spirit, there's got to be a lot of trust here. So kind of honing that gift too, because trust and faith are absolutely gifts. And they're essential to this work that we do, Absolutely.
And another thing that what you said, it's having that courage to step in. When you can step into the energy and the frequency of courage, that's when you're really stepping into your power. That's the beginning of stepping into your power, because that's that crossover between frequencies, and you're able to trust and create that space of doing what you know you're here to do, and understanding that each thing that's happening to us is a lesson. And if we didn't walk through that, well, we couldn't get to this.
On the other side of that fear is everything we want,
Absolutely.
So, and let me be clear, Like, I was shaking the entire time that I was typing up what I needed to say and put it out on Facebook. Like, it was just easier for me to reach a wider audience, letting people know in my life, like, that I was a medium and that this was a thing, and that if they needed help, they could come to me. But like, please don't think that courage is like, all of a sudden I got a puffed up chest and I'm ready to go. Let's do this. Like, I'm probably peeing myself the whole time. I'm like shaking the entire time and flipping out the whole entire time. But like, I will not let myself sit still. I won't allow it. And I won't allow fear to keep me small. I just won't allow it anymore. So there needs to be that in you too, where, because for me with the whole neck issue and being kind of stuck, like really having to like sit down and face myself, like, I pushed myself to the very brink of craziness. And I don't want to ever do that again. So if I truly trust, if I truly have faith in what's going on here, then I got to step up whenever I hear that calling. And that develops over time. So don't think that you should just be coming to this if you're just stepping out, if you're just declaring what is going on with you, or if you're a psychic and you just want to let people know what's going on. Trust, even if you're shaking in your boots, you're doing the right thing. Okay? Yeah.
That's beautiful. Absolutely. That's it.
Yeah.
It's having that faith and stepping forward. I actually did a show 2 weeks ago. It was about stepping into courage, and it was about not allowing fear to paralyze you.
Yeah.
Because it can be so paralyzing.
Yes.
And having courage doesn't mean you're not afraid. It means you're going to step into it anyway.
Yep. Shaking and peeing yourself, and you're just a hot mess. It's really ugly. Like, what's going on here? But like, yeah. And I think usually that develops from a feeling of like, I can no longer take what was happening before, or I can no longer align with what was happening before. So, yeah, guys, just know that like, even if you're freaking out about it, if there's a feeling to you, if you're looking for a physical indicator, I find that if I get the butterflies in my stomach and I feel kind of light, and excited, but scared, that's a good thing. If I get butterflies in my stomach, but my stomach feels heavy, or my energy feels low, or I feel very, very just heavy and kind of like it's hard to move, that's a definite no. So it's important to pay attention to your body and what your body's saying to you too. So notice with those nerves, like, it's okay, you're going to have those nerves. It comes with the territory, but what are those nerves telling you? Is this a light, airy goodness, or is this a heavy, like, don't do the thing? So it takes time to kind of develop that discernment too. You know?
Exactly. That's a very good point. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I have a question on maybe just a secret that you could share that with everybody that is working in this area and to help them protect and shield themselves as they work. Do you have any advice in that area?
Oh, yes. I got lots of advice. Definitely some stones I think that you guys should work with. 3 of my favorite, and these are going to be the darker variety, smoky quartz, also black tourmaline, which I love that you said, because that's one of my personal favorites too. And there's another stone, agragine, and I'm probably mispronouncing it, but still. Smoky quartz is really going to cleanse and clear your aura because you've got that quartz in there. It's going to amplify that smoky nature, which is kind of, it's almost like absorbing all the toxins and removing it from your system. Black tourmaline's more like a shield. Like, it'll put up like a bubble of energy around you. It's almost like if you do some visualization work, you would see things kind of bouncing off of the shield. Both earth energies, so it's really good for earthbound spirits, as well as vibration and frequency too. And then with agragine, this is a stone that does not allow any negative or lower energy to attach to you. So if you're doing like ghost hunting work, or you're going into spaces that are heavily haunted, maybe with a darker feel, or maybe you work in a field where it's like you bring your work home all the time. The stone is great to kind of, it will not allow, it's almost like you have a shield of white light, and the stone will not allow anything negative or funky to attach to you, which is really good, and it's nice. So you're not just carrying funky energy with you everywhere, especially too if you're doing like investigations. Like, sometimes you don't know that you've picked something up. So it's important to do that. You know, maybe ask Archangel Michael to cut cords of attachment, and just remember to wear your stone and to set those boundaries. And that's another thing too, is setting your boundaries in your life. It's okay, and it can be loving to say no. That's a huge deal. saying no is terrifying for most people, because saying no means that I'm stopping a source of love, or saying no is rejecting somebody. But really, if we think about no as being a way to protect ourselves and to give ourselves love, that's going to be everything too. So, and don't discount the inner work that you do, and its effect it has on the outer work that you're doing as well. So, and then I want to say finally with that, you don't have to buy the most expensive stone to get like the best work from it. I like working with the cheaper stones. You still get everything that you need, and you can buy a bigger piece if that's what you need. So if you want to work with the more expensive stones, please be my guest, do your thing. But don't think that price tag equals effectiveness. That's my 2 cents.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And also, like, I'm glad you mentioned black tourmaline as well, because I mean that I have it sitting. It's sitting right here in front of me in my computer.
Nice. I keep it in every window in my house.
Yeah, I have it. Yes, I usually have a piece in my pocket of my jacket or whatever. It's because you can buy the tiny little slivers of it too. You can find those and they can just fit right in your right in your jacket. And in fact, my son just bought a house, and that was his housewarming gift. I bought him a big piece of black tourmaline to sit, nice. Wherever he wanted to sit it. But and he thought that was cool, and of course it was still masculine looking. So,
but what a beautiful gift! And really, what you're saying to him is that I want you to be protected. I want you to feel shielded. This is your safe space. This is your home. May you always find peace here. Like, I think that's beautiful. And I think that some people don't believe in the metaphysical properties of the stone. And I want to say that's okay too. Mm-hmm. As long as the stone is a physical reminder to you that you are safe and protected, or whatever it is here that you need, that's okay. That works as well. So let's ease up on ourselves. We don't have to believe every single freaking thing, that comes across our desk. It's okay to step back and be like, okay, does this really resonate with me? Maybe I don't get those meanings, but I like having that physical reminder that I'm safe and good to go. It's still good. It's still working,
It is. It's so important to remember. And then something else that just popped into my mind about picking and choosing stones.
Ooh, yeah.
I often find that, and I know you've heard this before, and I'm sure everyone has, that they pick me. Mm-hmm. There's an energy that you feel, and it's like, this is it. Like, I'm not choosing it. It's choosing me.
And that's why I was saying there needs to be, you need to resonate with the stone on some level, whether it be intellectual, whether it be emotional, spiritual, physical. There needs to be a reaction to the stone. Something's going to be different. And what I would say, a good way to kind of open up to the stone, take your non-dominant hand and place the stone in the middle of your palm and just kind of sit with it for a second. Imagine in your palm that like a little doorway or like a little portal is opening, and allow that energy to kind of come into your body. See, does it speak to you? What does it say? How does it feel? Does this feel good to you? Does it make you feel uplifted? Do you feel like you're totally down on the ground? You feel grounded? Like, what is the feeling here? So really kind of making a personal connection with the stone. That's how I found has been easiest for me, or that's how I know whether a stone's good for me. I'll hold it in my non-dominant, imagine a little doorway opening, I'll receive the energy, and then see if it resonates with me or not. And yeah, again, this kind of goes back to my original advice. Trust yourself.
Yes.
Does it work for you? You have to, at the end of the day, you have to, because it doesn't matter what anybody else says about the stone. If it does not resonate with you, then it's not for you, and that's okay.
Absolutely. And that's a very good point, and a very good lesson there in talking with people when they are choosing stones, and to help them with that visualization.
Yeah.
So very good. Very good. It looks like I'm having a little bit of technical difficulty here. Anyway, that's okay. We know why, right?
Yeah. We're just rolling with the punches today.
So sorry, Jen, I can't get your comment up, but if for some reason things are not working properly for me to put the comments up right now. So Sarah, tell me, what's next for you? What are you working on next? What I'm
working on next is really trying to do more Facebook Lives, trying to do more videos for you guys. And really, I'm gathering information right now, what kind of videos do you guys want to see? I know you guys really resonated with the Archangel series that I did. with the angels that showed up. I did a video on fairies and what that energy means. So yeah, what other energy do you guys want to know that I see in readings and what that means for you, and especially with your life location and calling? One of the things that I can do, I'm a psychic knower. So if you come to me and you think you've got abilities, let's sit down, let's talk, let's figure out what's going on with you. Let's find your space within all of this. And that's really also kind of connecting with the energy that's attached to you. So really kind of focusing on that and doing the ghost hunting is really those two big things for me right now. So both education, other people, and educating myself on the spirit world, and just really helping, healing, and guiding in any way, shape that I can. But I'm always down for collaborations. I'm always down for, like, I love stuff like this. Like, this is so much fun today. Anything anybody kind of wants to do with me, I'm always down for. So, but at least right now, yeah, it's the ghost hunting and doing videos for you guys and getting that information out there.
I have a few people I could hook you up with too that have been doing ghost hunting for years. They're actually here on the East Coast, York County Ghost Hunters.
Nice.
Ghost Chasers, yeah. So they're friends of mine, and I could actually kind of hook you up and you could talk with them online. Yeah. And because I mean they've been doing it for a long time, and they have a lot of information. You would probably love to pick their brain.
Oh yes, I'm like, talk to me forever. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just the way to my heart. Either food or give me information, and we'll be best friends.
I know. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I found it interesting out here, and actually with other investigation groups, they have a tendency to not want to work with mediums. And I think they want to rely on their scientific equipment, which I love. I totally appreciate that. That's why I want to do this work. Is there a way that we can show without a doubt, like, it's enough for me, the information I receive, and then we can check it against records, but like, there's something extra special when you get it on camera or you get a voice in a recording. Mm-hmm. So kind of finding groups that I vibe with too, and that are open to having mediums there, and walking that middle line. I want to use both my abilities, and I want to learn how to use the scientific equipment. I think it's important to be schooled in both. So you have that balance, I think that's probably been one of the challenges out here, is finding a group that's cool with that. But yeah, man, if your people are cool with that, please hook me up. That would be awesome.
I will. Yeah, we'll chat a little bit later. So, and then, nice. So are you, when you're working with people, you do work with people online, am I correct? They're not just coming. Okay. And I want to just put up your website and run that across, because I haven't done that yet. So please check Sarah out on her website and all the great things that she has to offer there. And so Sarah is, and I know we've really run over our time, but I know it always happens that way when I interview people.
I'll talk forever. Seriously, if you just give me the platform.
But we're having fun, and everybody's having fun here. So is there anything that you wanted to share that I didn't bring up, before we wrap the show up?
Oh, for sure. I would say, like, an easy way, an easy crystal healing that you can do for yourself is to, I like the prescription of 3 stones together. So depending, and there's a couple different ways you can go about this. Intuition's a good way to choose your stones. Sometimes you can do it by color and chakras. Also, too, you can look up the meaning behind the stone and gather stones together. But a good way to do that is to gather 3 stones that resonate with you, stick them like in a little sack, or wear them as jewelry on your body. Here's the key point, and this is sometimes where people are like, whoa, Sarah, weird stuff, but welcome to the Thunderdome. Speak to the stones. Tell the stones exactly what you want them to do for you. Again, you're creating a bond here between you and the stone, this energy. So how do you want this energy directed? Don't be afraid to speak to them and tell them what you need, and ask them for their assistance in helping you. For me, I like to keep my stones in my bra. I call them my boob stones because I'm classy. Like, it's up to you how you want to do it. But yeah, and think about too, with these stones that you're getting, are these throat chakra stones? You're going to want to wear a necklace or keep it like on your chest. Is this something for clairaudience? Are you trying to open up your psychic gifts and abilities? Wear some earrings. Or maybe if you're super fly, wear a cool headband with stones on it, Get creative here. Don't be afraid to experiment. Have fun with the stones, and really just have fun, because that's the point of this. But don't be afraid to direct that energy too. Tell the stones what you need. That's how they work for me. you know?
That is a very, very good point, and a great way to end this interview is really giving someone that advice. Everybody out there can go out, whether you're catching this live or you're catching this on the replay. Please know that you can put your comments in, and Sarah will be watching these. I'll be watching them, and we'll get back to you. And this has been fantastic, Sarah. I'm going to take you back down to the lobby. So if you'd like to say goodbye to everyone.
All right, bye guys. Love you.
Love you too. Everybody's saying they love you too. We'll see you in a minute. Well, thank you so much for, coming today and hanging out with Sarah and I. It was a great interview. And, as I'm wrapping the show up, I want to mention what's going on Wednesday, because I kind of flipped things around this week. So no interview on Wednesday, but I'm going to be talking about stepping into connecting with others. And so that's going to be our subject. So please tune in 1:00 Eastern time on Wednesday. And also for all of you that are in this tri-state area of South Central Pennsylvania, Maryland, and the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia, check out tristatewomanretreats.com. It's a new program that I'm starting. It's going to be meeting monthly, and it's really designed to bring women together to connect and not compete. So hopefully you can check that out on that website that I've created for that, and grab your tickets because they're going quickly. And thank you so much for joining us today. And I'm just really excited that you guys are here and you were present and commenting. And like I said, we will answer your comments when the show is complete. I'm Cheryl Piper. This is Live with CherylPiper.com. Have a wonderful day.